Infamous Bellafontes. At one point, they were the 5th most famous family in the upper northwest region of America, and the parents were ranked 52nd on the all-time children's book authors for ages 3 through 6. Bartholomew Belafonte. He was a father of 2. He was rather a large man in stature, but made up for it with personality. Beth Belafonte. What is there to say other than the fact that she was the underappreciated accomplice of Bartholomew? She was also a strong counterpart in trying to rebuild the family after its demise. The Belafontes were on top of the world. They had just released a book that was widespread success, entitled The Goose and the Rock, not long after they had already finished with their next book. Unfortunately, Bartholomew had slept with one of the workers at the printing press, and he handled the situation poorly. This disgruntled employee took the last page out and inserted a sexual watermark instead as a means of revenge. The book was recalled, but not before parents everywhere hated the Belafontes for destroying their children's innocence at such a tender age.
I want a divorce.
The whole world had dropped the Belafontes, except, of course, their loyal and hard-working butler. Bartholomew became a raging alcoholic, and Beth became a nymphomaniac, which sadly led to their untimely deaths.
I can't breathe.
Before the parents died, they had secretly written their final book. It was a masterpiece and is now heavily sought after. The parents did, however, leave a will. The eldest of the children, Brooks Belafonte, arrived at 9:45 in the morning. He became very successful through a string of strong investments. Brooks had made some very large investments that went sour, and the companies and their CEOs stole the majority of his money. Now he lives a life of regret and spitefulness. Next is Jon Belafonte. Jon was adopted by the Belafontes at a very young age. He arrived at 10 o'clock. Jon was also sued for fraud after embezzling millions of dollars from investors, one of those investors being his brother. Also, he is in love with his sister. There's not much to say about Bella because there's not much here about her. She arrived at 10:15 as expected. She's lived a very secretive life. It is known at one point she was married to the president of Pakistan and owned a pet tiger. She also smokes. These are the infamous Belafontes. Mr. and Mrs. Belafonte would like to begin by speaking on account of your childhood. Brooks, from the second you were born...
Can you just tell us what we inherited?
For Christ's sake, just let him read it.
Yes, what Bella said.
Who knows, maybe there's something good in there.
I want to hear what they had to say about me as a little delinquent.
Actually, Jon, you're not mentioned in this section.
All right, then move on to the inheritance.
Brooks, 200 acres in the Solo Valley. Bella, 250 acres in Norway. And Jon, you aren't mentioned in this section either.
Sorry you had to see that.
Can we move on and get to the reason why we're here?
Agreed.
What Bella said.
Jon, stop saying that.
Ah, here we go. The rightful owner of the final children's book of the Belafontes belongs to...
What does it say?
It says Brooks.
No, it clearly says Bella.
No, you can see the beginning workings of the B. What are you talking about? Right there.
Oh my god, both our names start with B.
Oh, of course you would say something like that.
Hey! Smudge. It's time to behave. You're acting like children. I have known your parents for a very long time, and they would be extremely disappointed in you right now.
There has to be like a rule or guideline to handle this, right?
Oh, there is, but I don't think you're going to like it. You see, the power to decide the final beneficiary of the book now resides in me, and I get to decide any way I choose.
Well, that's absurd. Book belongs to me.
Really? Why does it belong to you?
I deserve it.
What the hell are you talking about? You never even followed Mom and Dad's career.
That's not true.
Name one book!
Simple, easy. There's several books. How about The Magnificent Case of, well...
I like your dress.
Okay.
That book is the rules and regulations regarding an executor. This book belonged to your mother and father. I will decide by opening up the floor to each of you. You will then attempt to convince me on why you deserve the book. Fair?
I suppose.
Sure.
Brooks, the floor is yours.
All right. There's one thing you guys don't know. I need that book. I made a string of poor investments. Cough, Jon, uncough.
You don't say cough, you just cough.
Sorry.
You say the person.
Virgin.
God! Oh, he just called me a virgin. That's unacceptable.
What do you mean? He just coughed.
Sonographer man, read back what he just said.
Me gusta comer tacos y tomar cervezas todos los días.
Have you been typing in Spanish the whole time?
Oui.
All right. I'm sorry, Jon. I'm sorry. All right, I joke around. I joke around a little too much. The thing is, Bella, you were always successful, and Jon, well, you're always Jon. But I was made to feel like the oddball of the family. That's why I deserve the book. They've had too much love and attention. They wouldn't understand the sentiment.
Bella.
Well, it's hard to talk about.
Yeah, there. Let it out.
When I was married to the president of Pakistan, Steve.
Thank you for sharing. Jon.
You know, it's been tough. First, my wife died of cancer. And then my family. All right, I can't do it. I won't lie to get this book. It's not what they would have wanted. Well, I can't realize that this book isn't what's important. It's us. This book isn't going to prove which one of us was the favorite, and none of us need the money. I know it wasn't me. I'm the adopted one. I'm not even officially a part of this family, and sometimes you guys really let me know that. If this book is going to tear us apart rather than bring us together, then what's the point? Mom and Dad's books brought people together. Let's use this opportunity to unite rather than let greed and spite ruin us. And Bella, I'm in love with you.
Well, I've known him the longest, and I think, therefore, I should get the book.
If that's your logic, then the butler should get the book. He's known them a hell of a lot longer than we have.
What is wrong with you two? Why can't we be a family?
Shut up, virgin!
Last but not least, the butler. He's been with the Belafonte family before the children were around. He was very close and personal with Bartholomew and Beth.